What's going on, you guys? Today is March 31st, 2026. Today is the 7-year anniversary since the death of the rapper Nipsey Hussle, who supposedly was shot down on a Sunday afternoon in front of his clothing store by another person, supposed to be another gang rival. The guy ended up getting like 60 years, I think it was, in prison for killing a Rolling 60s member, Nipsey Hussle. But yeah, so we covered this to the fullest when it happened back in 2019. The reason it took me so long to get on live because I was trying to find new things because I didn't want to repeat everything that I already talked about back when it happened 7 years ago. So I did find some new discoveries. I don't think anybody in the community has spoken about the things that we are about to speak about in this video. So, but we are going to review everything and repeat everything that we did cover back in 2019 when it happened, and then I'll show you what else we found. So this is what CNN wrote. A rapper Nipsey Hussle died Sunday after a shooting in Los Angeles near a clothing store he owned, according to a high-ranking law enforcement official with the Los Angeles Police Department. 2 other people were injured in the shooting around 3:20 p.m. Of course, Roman Catholic Church equals 3:20. According to the department, the shooting occurred in the area of Slauson Avenue and Crenshaw Boulevard. The victims were transported to a hospital where one of them was pronounced dead, according to police. The other 2 were in stable condition, the police added. In a tweet, the department said it had no information about the suspect. The rapper's last message on Twitter read, "Having strong enemies is a blessing." Of course, that phrase has gematria of 187, like it's the Society of Jesus. We covered all this stuff back in 2019. But if you guys didn't see any of the videos that we did, he died on the same day that Selena died. Of course, she also died by gunfire. Her death definitely by the numbers as well. Think about that. 2 big music stars, both dead on the same day in history, but both dead by gunfire. But Nipsey Hussle, notice he was born on August 15th, and he died 228 days after his birthday. Of course, death is 228 in gematria. He also died 137 days before his upcoming birthday, and that's a big number because that's the 33rd prime. He died at the age of 33, according to the reports. And his name is also 137, the 33rd prime number. Ermias Ashkadam. And notice Hussle is also 33. Yeah, so on the day he died on the day was 73 and 46 numerology. Of course, sacrifice 73, 46. His name Nipsey Hussle equals 62. The other value of sacrifice. But this was the most interesting thing that I noticed when we first heard about the news of him dying. I think somebody called into my live stream and pointed out how the rapper was actually named after the comedian Nipsey Hussle, and this is official. This is according to his family members as well. Shout out to I forgot who it was that called in and told us about that. But notice the comedian was born on October 2nd, of course, 102. We know what that means. The N word is 102. Slavery is 102. But October 2nd, 2005, the comedian passed away, Nipsey Russell, who Nipsey Hussle is named after. And of course, that's the day that leaves 90 days left in a year. If you see right here on the right. Actually, no. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. It's actually on the left, not on the right. Yeah, October 2nd leaves 90 days left in a year. And if you notice on the right, March 31st, which was the day that Nipsey Hussle passed away, that's the 90th day of the year. And when you write out 90 as a word, it equals 87 and 33. And the comedian, he died at the age of 87. And the rapper died at the age of 33. And they both have this 90 connection. Because one died on the 90th day of the year, the other one died on the day leaving 90 days in the year. So I found this very, very interesting when we first heard about it. I did not know he was named after this comedian. And it makes sense because think about it, he died a day before April Fool's. A date that is, used for practical jokes. And I think that's what his death was. It was a practical joke. I think a lot of people were fooled. If you guys didn't know, the name Nipsey actually means to fool someone. Like if you're like actually it doesn't mean that. According to Urban Dictionary, it means you're actually a fool. I think that's what it was. I'll look it up. I think I have it in my notes, but I think I took a screenshot of it. So yeah, the word Nipsey or the name Nipsey is a noun used for any type of fool. So yeah, so if you're being fooled, you're a Nipsey. I guess that's what that means, right? So you're like a clown. You're being clowned. If you're falling for the trickery, then you're being fooled. Then you're a Nipsey. And there's a lot of Nipseys out there. A lot of people thought this was real, and I don't think it was real. But hey, people always ask me to prove it. I mean, it was so obvious. I mean, go back and look at the footage of when they placed him inside the ambulance. It was literally a dummy. These people are there's something else, man. These Jesuits and their jokes. But yeah, I found this very interesting that he died. He was named after a comedian, and then he died a day before a day that's remembered for jokes, practical jokes, April Fool's Day. Keep in mind that the day of April Fool's in 2019, that's when they supposedly found the killer. A guy who had the same name as the 82nd Attorney General. Eric Holder. That was supposed to be the killer's name. And his alias was Shitty Cuz. Shitty Cuz. But Eric Holder was also the American lawyer who served as the 82nd Attorney General for the United States from 09 to 15. So everybody thought it was that Eric Holder when they announced that the killer has been found. We found the killer. Eric Holder is the suspect for the assassination of Nipsey Hussle. Everybody thought it was the Attorney General. I'm telling you, these people they're very clever with their jokes, and it's amazing because a lot of people they do fall for this shit, day in and day out. A guy named after a comedian died the day before April Fool's Day. Sure, they both died in connection to the number 90. 90 equals 87 and 33, like their ages of death. Okay, then it was the Die Young video. Die Young by Roddy Ricch at the 133 mark. Now, notice it came out on July 20th, the 201st day of the year. At the 133 mark in the video, Nipsey Hussle appears on the cell phone. And this is the screenshot of that at exactly 133. And think about the reflection of that number is 331, like the date that Nipsey Hussle ended up dying young, right? And notice it was produced by London on the track, and the guy's girlfriend is named Lauren London, and he dies during right before the London Marathon, the London Marathon, and he died in front of a marathon store. But yeah, this song came out on the 201st day of the year. It's called Die Young, and at the 133 mark, Nipsey Hussle appears on the cell phone, the guy who ended up dying young at 33, and yeah, the song comes out on on the 201st day of the year. The Jesuit order is 201. And die young equals 46 like sacrifice. So if that wasn't enough, the comedian part, maybe this will help. Then I looked into another song that he had with Chinks Drugs, the guy who died 201 days before his birthday. That guy who has the same birthday as Jay-Z. They had a song called Hey Fool, which came out years before he even died. The guy dies right before April Fool's. He has a song called Hey Fool. Hey Fool, like those Nipseys that fell for his supposed killing. But what's interesting about this song is not only does it equal 86 like human sacrifice and blood sacrifice, it connects Chinks Drugs' death with Nipsey Hussle's death, because both of them, they both died in very similar fashion. Well, they both got killed by gunfire as well, but the numbers behind their deaths are very similar. And let me explain. And notice April Fool's equals the same thing as Jesuit order, if you guys didn't know. 153 and 72. But notice this, right? So Chinks Drugs, he dies on May 17th, the 137th day of the year. Think about Nipsey Hussle, who died 137 days before his birthday. May 17th, it leaves 228 days in the year. And Nipsey Hussle died 228 days after his birthday. And they're going, again, 201, right? Nipsey died in connection to the song Die Young, which released on the 201st day of the year. And then Chinks Drugs dies 201 days before his birthday. He was born on May 17th he died at the age of 31. Of course, Chinks equals 31. But he was born December 4th, 1983. Died on May 17th, 2015. And that was 201 days before his birthday. Before turning 32. Again, the Jesuit order is 201. And just so in case you guys think that's a coincidence, notice what it says here. He was born Lionel Pickens, a name that equals the same thing as Jesuit order 144 and 72. Again, that 72 connects to the name of the name of the holiday, April Fool's Day, right? Hey Fool, April Fool's. Nipsey died the day before April Fool's. Yeah, but the name change is also 31. And just to add another piece to the Jesuit connection, Pope Francis was the Pope during the assassination of Nipsey Hussle. Everybody should know Pope Francis' birthday. We don't have to show that on screen. But from Pope Francis' birthday to the day that Nipsey Hussle was killed, Nipsey Hussle died on the 105th day of his age. And notice the connection. He was born Ermias Joseph Ashkadam. His name equals the same thing as Order of Illuminati in two out of the four ciphers. And 210 and 201 is just a reshuffling of each other, right? Yeah, but 93 and 105, he dies on the 105th day of the Pope's age. Ermias Joseph Ashkadam. So Chinks and Nipsey, they both died in connection to the Jesuits. Nipsey dies in connection to the Pope. And then Chinks died 201 days before his birthday. And Lionel Pickens equals Jesuit order. And April Fool's Day equals Jesuit order. And Die Young comes out on the 201st day of the year. And then it was this, right? The connection with the Super Bowl that year. The year that Nipsey Hussle died, the Patriots beat the Rams, the Los Angeles team, where Nipsey is from. And notice the score was 13-3. Again, at the 133 mark in that music video, Die Young, he appears on the cell phone. And again, the reflection of this number is 331, the date that Nipsey Hussle ended up getting killed by Shitty Cuz. And yeah, football is also 133. 331 is also the 67th prime number. And Blood Sacrifice is 67. Going along with the 86 and Hey Fool, Blood Sacrifice is also 86. But notice from the Super Bowl to the day he died, 57 days, a span of 57 days. It was actually 56 days, like Society of Jesus. But again, the ambulance that they put him in, it had the nice little 57 on it. They put the plastic dummy inside the 57 ambulance. And notice all these terms equal 57. Victory lap, the marathon, April Fools, and conspiracy. They all have a gematria of 51 forwards, 57 in reverse. And the Super Bowl 53 is also a 57 term. I don't like using numbers when I decode, but it is interesting that Super Bowl 53 equals 57 because he died on the day with 53 numerology. And this is what I found that I didn't notice back in 2019. So I learned today, actually, that Nipsey Hussle was working on a documentary about Dr. Sebi, who was born Alfredo Bauman. And, he was a controversial herbalist from Honduras who promoted natural remedies for illnesses like HIV and AIDS. Of course, AIDS equals 33, like how Nipsey ended up dying at 33. But he's supposed to be he's supposed to be promoted natural remedies for illnesses like AIDS, cancer, and diabetes. And the conspiracy behind his death is that because he had all of these cures, the government killed him because they didn't want him to release all these remedies to the public because they want people to get sick and die. What's funny is that, this guy had all the answers for all these remedies, but he still couldn't avoid getting sacrificed by the Jesuit order. Isn't that interesting? But notice Dr. Sebi is also 57, like how Nipsey died 57 days after the Super Bowl and was placed in the ambulance 57. I found it interesting that Dr. Sebi had that 57 connection as well. And the name Alfredo Bauman is also 57, like Scottish Rite. Big number of Scottish Rite. They like 57 a lot. And notice this. From the date that Dr. Sebi passed away on August 6th, he got 86 on 86. To the day that Nipsey died on March 31st, 2019, they died 967 days apart. And that's the 163rd prime number. And 163 is the 38th prime number. Death, killing, murder, RIP, all 38. So there's definitely a connection between Dr. Sebi's death and Nipsey Hussle, despite what ChatGPT is saying. They're claiming that there's absolutely no connection, which is false. Absolutely false. Again, going back to what I was saying about his girlfriend, Lauren London. She was in a movie with T.I. entitled ATL, which came out on March 31st, 2016. That was exactly 13 years prior to the death of Nipsey Hussle. Notice ATL is 33. He died at the age of 33 on the anniversary of the movie coming out, where his girlfriend was in. Just another coincidence for all of you watching that continue to debunk or try to debunk the value of this information. So if the Dr. Sebi stuff wasn't enough, maybe this will definitely catch your eye, right? So his girlfriend puts out a movie on March 31st, 2006. And then 13 years later, her boyfriend passes away at the age of 33 when the name of the movie equals 33. And then the star of the movie, Nipsey Hussle, why did I say Nipsey Hussle? T.I., Nipsey Hussle dies 187 days after his birthday, the Jesuit Order Code, and the Homicide Code in California. Right, from 925 to 331 is 187 days, the Jesuit number. And going back to the beginning, he put out his last tweet where he says, having strong enemies is a blessing. That equals 187 as well. The police code for murder. And so look at this one. Maybe this will definitely convince you. His girlfriend, Lauren London, she was in a show called Games People Play. And notice they had the L.A. in bold letters, like how her boyfriend gets killed in L.A. a day before April Fool's Day, and April Fools are literally games that people play. Maybe that's a coincidence. But what about this, right? So he puts out he collaborates with DJ Khaled. And DJ Khaled releases Father of Assad, his album, a few weeks after he died. He puts it out on May 17th. And doesn't that look like the date that Chink's Drugs passed away? Again, the 137th day of the year. A date even 228 days left in the year. Father of Assad. puts it out the same day in history that Chinks was murdered. His last song was entitled Racks in the Middle. Racks in the Middle came out on February 15th, the 46th day of the year. That was his last song, by the way. That's why I wanted to play the instrumental before I started this song, this video, is because his death had a lot to do with this song. And notice who else was in that song. Rowdy Rich, the guy who put out Die Young. Yeah, but Nipsey Hussle died 44 days after this song came out. Of course, shooting, execution, kill, 44. African American is also 44, by the way. Yeah, shooting, gunfire, officer, 44. It comes out on the 46th day of the year when Sacrifice and Rap is 46. But notice in the song he says, damn, I wish my nigga Fats was here. How you die at 30-something after banging on them years? Wasn't Nipsey Hussle a crib? And then he died at 33 as well? But this is how these people mock you, guys. They put it in the lyrics. Grammy nominated in the song of Shedding Tears. All this money, power, fame, I can't make you reappear. Yeah, because, he probably was sacrificed. And then if you watch the video, this is a scene of the gravestone of the guy he was talking about. I don't know if the guy, it was the guy on the bottom or the guy up at the top, but they both have similar names. The one at the top, his name was Stephen Donaldson. So is the person on the bottom. The only difference is the middle name. The interesting thing about this is the person at the top, notice he was born in the year 59 and died 38 days before his birthday. He died on January 11th. His birthday is 2/18. Right? He died 38 days before his birthday. Of course, again, death. If you guys didn't know, death, killing, murder, R.I.P. is all 38. But the guy was born in the year 59. We know 59 to be a number stamped on black people throughout history. Right? Negro, Rasta, slave, blues is 59. And notice the name of the song, Racks in the Middle equals 227, the 59th prime number. And the guy name is Stephen Gary Donaldson, which also equals 277. The same thing as Racks in the Middle. The guy dies 38 days before his birthday. And notice Racks in the Middle is also 74 like Rapper, 74 like London, 74 like Nipsey, Killing, 74, Jewish 74, Gematria 74. It's also 97 like Death. So 227 and 97. The guy's name is 227, and the song also has the 97 in it like Death. And Death is also 38, and the guy dies 38 days before his birthday. How you die at 30-something after banging all them years? Didn't Chinks die at 30-something? Didn't Nipsey die at 30-something? Didn't Stephen Donaldson die at 30-something? Yeah, they did. They were all sacrificed too by the same group, by the same people. A lot of Nipseys though. Call this stuff a coincidence. Keep in mind that Nipsey Hussle equals 172 like Mariam the Glorium, the Jesuit model. Yeah, but the piece that I added on to all the stuff that we found in 2019 was the Dr. Sebi stuff. And it's probably a lot more, but I didn't want to start this live stream too late. That's why I didn't want to, prolong my research. But, I think Nick Cannon was supposed to put out a documentary, at least continue the documentary that Nipsey Hussle started. They don't have a release date yet for the documentary, but Nick Cannon is supposed to be the one behind it. And there's also another documentary coming out entitled Hussle, which equals 33 again, like the age of death. Yeah, you see, like if I had more time, I can't click on these screenshots. I'll go back and fix these screenshots. But yeah, Nipsey Hussle did on the 105th day of Pope Francis' age. How about that? The order of Illuminati number. Lionel Pickens. How many people knew that Lionel Pickens equals Jesuit order and died 201 days before his birthday? Who would have thought, right? Hey, fool. Oh, man. April Fool's Day. Isn't that something? 153. And the funny part is, if you listen to the lyrics, he talks about Israel and Tel Aviv. Why would he be talking about that? Is that where they go when they fake their death? Is that where they go? Why the legends gotta die quick? Why do the legends have to die quick? That's a good question. The song is dedicated to the deceased rappers XX Tentacion, Little Snoop, and Speaker Knockers. Oh my god. Don't get me started with those guys. Oh my god. Speaker Knockers dead in a 34 ritual. I don't remember Little Snoop. I don't remember Little Snoop. Maybe I did cover Little Snoop. I don't even know who that is, to be honest. Is this the guy that died on the 74th day of the year? I think this. I think that it is. This is the guy that. Oh yeah, this is the guy that died on the 7400 block. I think. Yeah, I think this guy died in the 74 ritual. Oh man, I forgot. I forgot. This stuff was so long ago. I know I covered this guy. I remember his name. Little Snoop. Yeah, if I find some 74, I know this guy was a 74 ritual. I think he died on the 70. No, it wasn't him. What was a rapper died on a 7400 block? The 74th. What is the 74th? March 15th. Chicago rapper. Dead on March 15th. Little Mister. Yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't Little Sneer. Little Mister died on the 74th day of the year on the 7400 block. Yeah, so Little Mister died. It wasn't Little Snoop. Okay, so yeah, so I don't remember Little Snoop. I don't remember Little Snoop. I remember Little Mister though. But he died on June 20th. Yeah, so the song "Die Young" was supposed to be dedicated to these guys. It was also dedicated to Nipsey. It actually more. Well, it wasn't dedicated to Nipsey, but it was foreshadowing Nipsey's death. I think that's safe for to say. Yeah, and XS Tentacion, big. Oh my gosh, big Jesus Christ ritual. Oh my god, the Jesuits, man. Uh, yeah, I can't. I don't have time to go through all of those people, but I just want to look into Little Snoop because I don't remember this guy. I don't remember covering this guy's death. The guy with the name Adarin Lakeith Ross. His name is 311, the 64th prime, like kill. I think he was singing. I think he was connected to Meek Mill. He died 2013. 620. He died on the 46th day of it. Actually, yeah, on the 46th day of Meek Mill's age. Sacrifices 46. Yeah, I knew, because I think Meek Mill and Little Snoop had a little connection. I heard Meek Mill talk about him. Yeah, he put out a song called Little Snoop by Meek Mill. Very popular record right here. Let me see what day does this come out. On 10/8, 2021. Man, 18 years old, man. Oh, yeah. What am I saying? Yeah, look, he was signed to Dream Chasers Records. Yeah, so he was signed to Meek Mill's record label. Yeah, because I heard of this guy's name. I just never looked at his death. Because I mean, he died in 2013. I wasn't doing. I didn't know about Jamachi when he died. So yeah, so 1995 to 2013. Yeah, 18 years old. He's from Louisiana, the 38th state. All right, not the 38th state, but the state that equals 38. Rappers 38, like Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne equals 38, like Louisiana. I think Lil Wayne equals 101 as well. Yeah, it does. Lil Wayne equals Louisiana. You guys don't think these people are making up these names with using Jamachi? I mean, what are the odds of that? Isn't Lil Wayne from New Orleans? Like, what are the odds his name equals Louisiana? Watch out, Lil Wayne on October 1st, if you know what I mean. On January 10th. Ooh, scary. All right, so yeah, so Lil Snupe. Let me look into his death. Okay, so Lil Snupe was killed on June 20th after being shot twice in the chest. Officers responded to calls of a shooting at around 4 a.m. at Maplewood Apartments in Winfield, Louisiana on 1901 South Jones Street. And Ross was pronounced dead at the scene after paramedics were unable to revive him. So the killer was a 36-year-old Tony Holden. Man, all these young guys, man, people don't even talk about it. Like, they don't find this suspicious that all these young people died in the music industry, man. People not even making it to their 50s. It's like, why even rap? Like, oh, that's why he put it out on 10/8. 45 like hip hop. Oh my God, he put it out 45. He died 45 days after Meek Mill's birthday. Oh man. Yeah, there it is, man. It's just synced up with Meek Mill. I knew. I was like, this shit, Meek Mill. This Meek Mill's fingerprints all over this shit. Yeah, 5'6". Look at this guy. Look, and he put it out on 10/8. Oh my God, these people are fucking sick. Look, 5'6", 2013. The guy died on 6/20, 2013. He died 45 days after Meek Mill's birthday. Lil Snupe is 45, like hip hop, like Ritual. That's also the 46th day of his age. He died on a 59 day numerology, like so many black entertainers. But yeah, the 46th day of his age, Sacrifice is 46. And then Meek Mill decides to put out a song on October 8th, 2021, when Lil Snupe was 108. Like Geometry. Geometry is also 45. And then Meek Mill said if you learn the Fibonacci code, you can win. Yeah, Meek Mill said that out of his own mouth. Learn the Fibonacci code. He put out a tweet. Let's see if I can find it. People so scared of the Fibonacci code. I don't know why. Where did I put it? I know I had it somewhere. But yeah, he did say this. I don't remember. I don't know where it is though. He said if you learn the Fibonacci code, you can win. Meek Mill writes. Man, can't find that shit, man. Damn. Oh man. Learn the Fibonacci code and win. I wonder what he meant by that. Yeah, but when I find it, I'll put it on my Instagram. But he did say that. I just don't. I can't find it right now, and I don't want to make the video boring looking for it. But he did say it. But I'm gonna post it on my Instagram right after the stream is over. But yeah, Dream Chasers Records. Let me just take a look at something else. I mean, I already pretty much solved this ritual. I mean, very obvious. It's connected to Meek Mill. Dream Chasers is 88, like rapper. He died on 206. Sacrifice is 206. What is it? I think it's Jewish gematria. Yeah, he died on 20/6. Sacrifice is also 46 on the 46th day of Meek Mill's age, on the 59th day numerology. There was another rapper that died on June 20th as well. R.P. Lil Snupe. Yeah, man, but anyways, that song "Die Young" was not even. Die Young is 46, right? Like going back to that 46th day of Meek Mill's stage. Maybe it was. Who else he said in that song? He said it was It was a tribute to XS Speaker Knockers. I don't think I have a blog post for XX Tentacion, but I know I forgot who it was. I think it was Shakozy. I don't know. I don't know if that video is still up. I know Shakozy did a video on him. But yeah, I definitely did a write up on Speaking of. He was 19 years old. Wow. Yeah, he died on March 4th on 3/4, like murder and rapper. 118 days after his birthday. He died from an apparent heart attack. And then his body was found 2 days later on March 6th. And yeah, his name equals 83 like murder. 83 like murder. His stage name, that is. He died on the 65th day of the year. He was born Derek McAllister. Yeah, all these people did die young. I don't think none of them was 20 years old. How old was XX Tentacion? He was 20. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, it makes sense. Die young. I guess that's what he meant by die young. But yeah, man, 20, 18, and 19. So 18, 19, 20. $123. I don't remember Tentacion. Let me see. 123, 18. This was the year that I started. He died right before I started my YouTube channel. That's why I write about none of these people. I was aware of gematria, but I didn't have a YouTube channel until like the end of the year, 2018. So 6/18. Yeah, he died in the Jesus Christ ritual. I remember some of the numbers, right? Jesus Christ 146. He died 146 days after his birthday. I think his name equals Jesus Christ, or maybe his birth name. Or it might be his stage name. But he has a 146, 150, whatever the gematria of Jesus Christ is. 151. Yeah, so yeah, it's okay, I think that's what it is. So his stage name equals 151. He died 146 days after his birthday, like Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ 151 and 146. And the 43 connects back to Speaker Knockers who died on the 4th day of the 3rd month. Jesus Christ also 74 like Nipsey. That's why all these rappers have to die young, because they're following the Jesus code from the Jesuit Bible. You and I, out of all of the rappers that I named, I think that this was definitely the most talented one. From Speaker Knockers, Lil Snupe, all them other guys. Them guys was like, Yeah, but his name does have a nice little 56 in there as well. It's also 61 like Jesus Christ, right? Yeah, so his name is 151 and 61 like Jesus Christ. Actually, Jesus is 61, not Jesus Christ. It's Jesus. Jesus also 74 like rapper. 34 like the date that Speaker Knockers passed away. Yeah, man. Oh, stuff, man. We covering the same things over and over. And look at the 1 hour symbolism for all the. No, man. He died from a heart attack, man. Trust me. That's why they found his body on March 6th. There was a guy on Instagram who said that people like me should die because I'm exposing this stuff. True, really, it should be the other way around, like King Richard said, but whatever. I don't want to wish death on people, but man, these people are really dumb. They can't see through this stuff day after day. The guy named Nipsey, which means fool, dies the day before April Fools. Has a song called Hey Fool. Dies with the same numbers as the person that he collaborated with. Named after comedian, dies the day before April Fool's Day, and the same numbers as the comedian, 90. On the 105th day of the Pope's age, when his name is 105, like Order of Illuminati. Puts in the van, in the ambulance, 57, and all these words equal 57 that are associated with the rapper, like Victory Lap, the marathon. He dies in front of the marathon store. Okay. Keep in mind that 57 is also a championship number, and think about the Super Bowl being the championship of football. Because when you write out 57 equals 131, like championship. His girlfriend puts out a movie on March 31st, and he dies on the anniversary of the film. All right, yeah, maybe I should die. This is why they play these games. Because the games that they're really playing, it's not really April Fools. It's murder by numbers. And a lot of you are losing. Especially those of you that got the shot on March 11th, 2020. You guys are definitely losing the game. You can laugh all you want, but this stuff is not a joke. This stuff is not a joke. I don't know. This is why when I found out about this shit, I dedicated my time, my spare time. I dedicated to this because I say, you know what? This is really what matters. Like, these people are not playing around. They're not fucking around. People need to know what the fuck is it. You don't have to be a celebrity to be a victim. That's when people get it fucked up. Like, oh, it's not gonna happen to me. I'm not a celebrity. People who died during September 11th were not celebrities. The people who went 43 days without getting paid that work for the TSA, a lot of my coworkers, they called me and say, "Hey man, you're lucky that you don't work for the TSA anymore because they haven't paid us in 40 something days." I'm like, damn, how can you pay how you haven't paid your bills in 40 something days? Yeah, a lot of my friends out there, their landlord took them to court and everything because they couldn't pay the rent because the DHS decided not to pay them. Because whenever I see some ritual connected to the TSA, I send it to a lot of my old coworkers that used to work there. Yeah, but I think the shutdown lasted. U.S. airport line shortens as TSA workers get paid. Yeah, but look at that. So you don't have to be a celebrity to get impacted by these rituals. Because this was all a big ritual. What they did with the TSA and ICE at the airports. Oh my gosh, just inconveniencing the people, the travelers. All right, you don't want to know about this? You don't think this is important? All right, whatever. Go 40 days without getting paid. This stuff would have been it would have stopped a long time ago if people would have been awake by now. Instead, people want to be going downtown talking about no kings, no kings, no wars, no king. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all want to protest the bullshit. Y'all don't want to protest the shit that really matters. Like, come on, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on, man. Anyways, yeah, right. Rest in peace to all these young guys, man. 18, 19, and 20, and then Nipsey was 33. And then, his man Fats, he was 31. Chinks was 31. Wow. Those people didn't get to experience life, man. 31? Oh my goodness. He had a mixtape, 16 and running the mixtape. 16 and running. Well, there's your 106 and 97. All right, yeah, but I'll leave it there, man. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Shout out to King Richards. Shout out to Topsy. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat. King Richard, you left a lot of comments. My fault for not read. I can't read. I'm not gonna be able to read all of them, but I'm gonna scroll slowly so people can see, because I think you left a lot of good notes. Yeah, I see. Yeah, you left a lot of good notes. Because yeah, and Selena, who died on the same day, she died in the room 158, like Freemasonry, and then Nipsey Hussle died on 15. He was born on 15/8. That's interesting. Yeah. So yeah, you're one of the better decoders. So I'm gonna scroll by all the comments so people can just pause the video so you can read all this stuff, because he's definitely adding on to most of the stuff that we covered. Right. So look, make sure you guys see it real slow. Just pause the video if you guys think I'm going too fast, and read all of this stuff, because all this stuff is important. Yeah, I didn't know who Nipsey was either before he died. After he died, his music was like the only thing playing in the radio. I'm like, what the fuck? Nobody was playing this guy's music before he died. And his music is actually fire, but nobody knew about it. He had to die. That's what Biggie said. You're nobody until somebody kills you. I think that's what Biggie's meant by that. It was Little Mister who died on the 74th day of the year on the 7400 block. Yep, Little Mister. Oh, he's Little Dirt cousin. Okay. Yeah, 311 is 201 and base 12 counting. Oh no. Well, that makes sense, because remember what they did to King Vaughn on the 311th day of the year. The guy from 64th Street. Mark, I'll definitely put up a post on Margolis on IG. I think I did already though. Oh yeah, I did. He's the guy from Scarface, right? I think I did a write up. I don't think I did a video. I didn't do a video on this guy, because I remember him. I remember his death. Yeah, he died at the age of 83 on 83. Oh, come on. And Scarface came out in the year 83. Scarface comes out in the year 83. This guy dies at the age of 83 on August 3rd, when Murder's 83, and the song Murder by Numbers came out probably just days after Scarface came out in the year 83. But yeah, I remember this guy's death. I don't know why I don't have it on my blog. Society of Jesus, 56, 187, and 79. And Society of Jesus is also 83. There it is. So his name overlaps with Society of Jesus in 3 out of the 4 ciphers. And he dies at the age of 83. Society of Jesus is also 83. From November 26th to, it was like, probably like 4 months apart. Let's see, 2023. Three months and 23 days. Yeah, he died 115 days before his birthday, killing Masonic 115. I think the big piece here, because I remember in the movie, Scarface kills him, right? He says, "No woman, no." Isn't him the one who says, "No woman, no kids"? Yeah, I think he's the one that got killed. Yeah, he's the one that got killed in the car. And Scarface says, "No woman, no kids. Okay, fuck you, you die." I remember. Yeah, it was him in the car. Yeah, so he got killed by Al Pacino in the movie. On 425. 425. Hey, he died 38 weeks after. That's what I'm saying. This stuff is undeniable. Yeah, he died. He died on 8/3, 38 weeks before. Oh my God, man. The guy who gets murdered by oh my God, he got literally murdered in real life. Look at this. So murder equals 83 and 38. The guy who gets killed by Al Pacino in the film Scarface, which came out in the year 83, he dies on August 3rd, 38 weeks exactly before Al Pacino's birthday. When murder is 83 forwards, 38 in reverse. And I think Al Pacino, 1940, he died 38 weeks before Al Pacino. Yo, this stuff is like so fucking obvious, yo. This shit is it's annoying, yo. It's like Al Pacino was 83 years old when he died. So they both have the same. They both were born in the same year. Yeah, he was born 1939, so he's a little older. He didn't make it to his 84th birthday, but Al Pacino was 83 years old when he died. Yeah, because he's 85 now, and this guy died 3 years ago. Yeah. So he dies while Al Pacino is 83, 38 weeks before Al Pacino's birthday on 83 at the age of 83. And Scarface came out in the year 83. And he gets killed by Tony Montana because he wants to kill the women and kids. And Tony said, no women, no kids. I'll kill everybody else, but no women, no kids. Let me see what that equals. No woman, no kids. Because that's a very famous line from that film. Let me look it up, the exact phrase. No woman, no kids. No wife, no kids. No wife, no kids, I say, okay? I'll kill you, motherfucker. Okay, 144. Okay. I could have sworn you said no woman, no kids, but maybe not. Yeah, but look, a big 83 ritual. 38 weeks before Al Pacino's birthday. Another coincidence. Yeah, but I could have sworn I remember this guy's death. But what was his cause of death, supposedly? He had a short illness. Anyways, yeah, but R.I.P. to Margolis. Man. And speaking of 83, it's now 8:03 in the Bronx, so probably the best part of the video to end it. He came out in the film Pi as well. Wow. Yeah, Pi is a classic. Talks about gematria in that movie. All right. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Yeah, on Instagram, I'm going to post where Meek Mill says, encouraging people to learn the Fibonacci code. The guy who sacrificed Lil Snupe. But hey, I'm just a conspiracy theorist. All right, you guys, enjoy your week. Thank you for watching. Hit the like, share the video, leave a comment if you want to add anything else to the video, because there's a lot of fans that are asleep still to all this stuff. If you don't care, then just go and watch another video. But I don't know why. Why would you not care? All right, you guys, peace, and thank you for watching. You guys have a blessed weekend. A blessed week, excuse me. Good night.